Good morning from Sock Jess. You ever have those days where, like, you know there's things that you have to get done, things that you should get out of bed to do, but it's so dreary and rainy and cold and you just want to stay in bed all day? That's today. But computers are here, sorry. I have two videos that I uploaded last night. One is Blair Witch Part 4 on my other channel, and the other one is top 5 favorite series of all time, which is going to my book channel. And I need to get both of them with the descriptions and everything edited. I need to get ready for work. I need to shower. I need to eat. I need to pack a lunch. And it's 1 o'clock and I have to leave the house at like 3:15ish, and I literally just want to stay in bed all day. But life doesn't stop just because you feel like that. I wish it did. Today is also Halloween and I work today. Not my favorite day to work because it's like both slow and busy at the same time because there's a lot of drunk people and I live really close to a campus and there's a lot of drunk college students and it sort of makes me want to kill myself. But in an effort to get myself out of bed and get the day started, I thought I'd vlog it. I'm gonna be doing a reading vlog again this weekend. I don't really know what I'm reading yet. I'll update you guys later. I know I'm probably going to start reading book number 2 in the Lycanius trilogy because the third one's on its way, I think, and I really liked the first one, so I do want to read the second one. But for now, I'm going to get a start on my day. I'm going to make my bed, make my food, take a shower, all that normal shit. But I thought I'd bring you guys along for it. This is a vlog after all. But yeah, see you guys in a little bit. Good morning. It is Sunday at 10:42. Can you see that? 10:42 in the morning. Got up. I slept. My Fitbit says I slept 7.5 hours, but fallback was last night, so I actually slept 8.5 hours. I was very tired when I got home last night. I got home and you know, did the usual stuff, like dicked around on Snapchat for a little while, and then I played a good bit of Outer Worlds, which is the video game that I've been playing pretty much nonstop since it came out. I really like it. It's definitely a favorite for this month. But I wanted to tell you guys what I've read, because I didn't update you Friday because I went out to eat and then I went to hookah with my friend. So I didn't really want to like film a whole lot then, and I went right after work and I didn't really have time to update you guys, so I didn't. But today I want to talk about what I have read and what I plan to read for the rest of today. So I am obviously reading An Echo of Things to Come, which is the second book in the Lycanius trilogy from James Isington. It's the book that follows The Shadow of What Was Lost. I'm on page 620 and there are 730 pages. I've been reading this pretty much all weekend. I started it on Thursday. So it took me a little bit longer to read this one than the first one, and I think that's partially because I feel like this book has, I mean, it has a little bit more, there's like 100 more pages, so I guess I basically read them in the exact same time, but this one I think has a lot more of the stories kind of coming together, so you really want to like the first one's super fast paced and like very easy to read, and while this one is, I think there's a lot more happening in it at the same time. So you really, like, there's a lot to take in, there's a lot to process, like there's a lot more characters and you just have to really pay attention. This one's very brutal. Not many people die in this one. Like in the first one, people die like left and right, but that doesn't really happen in this one. There are a few characters that die, but it is mostly just, like I said, the stories coming together, and we get a lot of back information on who Caden really is, and I appreciate that. His story is very, very, very interesting. But I'm really, really liking it. I'm gonna probably try to finish it this morning or this afternoon while I'm at work. But since I only have 100 pages left of it, I am going to start a new book, and then I'm going to read it pretty much today because, like I said, I work noon to midnight, so I do have a lot of time to read. And that would be Spellslinger by Sebastian de Castell. This is a series that my ex-husband really, really liked, and I know my friend Bunny and my friend AJ have all read this series, and I think Jade did too, and they all really enjoyed it. And I have the last one coming to me from Orbit soon. It's not out yet, but they sent me, I asked for it because I wanted to read the series, and I was like, I'll just read it all at once. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So once I finish this tonight, I'm going to be starting this and then just probably continuing with the entire series of this just to finish them in the month of November. I am really excited. I don't know a whole lot about this. I think that, I'm trying to remember if this is, like, I remember being told that they have like a tower that they are supposed to enter, and depending on how much magic they can do, they can advance through the tower, and most people only get to like the first or second level, but I think that he is able to go even further. But I don't know if that's this series or not. I'm trying not to really look at stuff because everyone I know that's read this has really liked it. I know it's a fantasy series, I know it's an adult fantasy series, and that's literally all I know about it. But I am really excited. Also, these covers are fucking beautiful. I think the UK covers are really pretty, but these covers like blow the UK covers out of the water. But this is what I'm going to be reading today. I don't really have much of an update from this weekend. I just worked, obviously, and then I had Friday night off, but I wanted to hang out with my friends, and I didn't really want to be like on camera or, you know. The goal right now, though, before I go to work is to clean my office because it's not terrible, but there's like clothes everywhere because I just get home from work and I'm just like clothes off, take a shower. So there's like little piles of clothes everywhere, but that is what I'm gonna do. I need to leave for work a little bit early and get gas, and then make some food and stuff for me. But I just wanted to pop on here and tell you guys what I've read so far this weekend, and apologize for not really filming a whole lot of me being out and about Also, we were supposed to go to a movie, so I didn't bring my camera. I just had my phone, so, you know, I just recorded on my phone a little bit of us at the hookah bar because I didn't have like my actual camera to film it. Because like I said, we were going to the movie, and obviously I'm not going to record in the movie. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this update. I will try to update you guys tonight, but like I said, I'm home at midnight, so I probably won't be able to. But I will at the very least update you guys on Monday morning before I edit the vlog to kind of like close things out. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next update. Hello friends, it is about 5 p.m. I said I was going to update you guys tomorrow, which I still may, but I wanted to update you right now really quickly because I have made some reading progress. It's going to kind of be a weird angle that we're at right now, but my arm, I just don't want to hold my phone up, so it's like perched on a part of my car. But anyway, I finished An Echo of Things to Come this afternoon and promptly texted and Instagrammed everybody that I know was reading it or considering reading it and was like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. This book I rated 5 stars. First one I gave 4 stars. This one I gave 5 stars. I read a couple of reviews online which really confused me. Someone said that they felt like a lot of the reviews that they saw were about character development and world building, and they still felt like it lacked in this book, and I don't think it did. I think the things that I really wanted to learn and wanted to have expanded upon in the first book, I feel like James really succeeded in doing that in the second one. I thought it was just a slight bit better than the first one. I feel like maybe he got a little bit, I mean, I feel like first books sometimes can always be like a little rough, you know what I mean? Even though I really liked the first one, this one was a lot better. Even though the first one was fantastic. You get a lot more of Caden in here, and I think that you get a lot more of sort of what motivates him or what had motivated him in the past, and a lot about, you know, who he was and who he is, and I feel like you get a lot more of their friendships and their like forgiveness and, you know, what it means to be like human and to make mistakes. I will say normally what really drives me when it comes to books are the characters, and I think in this I'm not super attached to them. I like a few of them a lot, but I mean there's series like Kings of the Wild that I'm absolutely in love with, that I love the characters, but I will say for this series it's very well rounded in the things that I like about it. I like the magic, I like the characters, I like the overall plot, I like the setting of the story, I like the magic in the story, which that's why this makes it such a strong series for me, is that I really like almost everything in it. There's not very many things that I don't like about it. This one once again fell into the trope of I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding, which you guys know I think is incredibly lazy writing, but not everyone is bugged by that. I really just think it's me that's like, I can't stand that statement, and I think he said it the last like 300 pages, said it like 2 or 3 times, and I'm just like, it's so lazy, find a different way to say it. Like, I don't know, that really bugs me, but it's not going to bug everybody. The writing style is still very strong. Like I said earlier though, this is not a book that you can read as quickly, I think, as you can read the first one. It took me 3 days as opposed to the 2 days it took me to read the last one. I had every intention of finishing it last night, but I wasn't able to. So I did buckle down and finish it within the first couple of hours of my shift today. But the other book that I wanted to talk to you guys about, I've just started it. I'm on page 47, and that is Spellslinger. And this follows our main character, Kellen. I definitely got the description of the book wrong earlier. When you come of age at the age of 16, there are a few things you need to do to basically get your mage name. One of them is to live to see 16, and the other one that you can do is be able to duel somebody which is a test to show how well you're able to harness your magic. Because I guess there's like 6 different magics or 5 different magics that you can kind of use. There's like fire, steel or iron, I think, blood, and a couple of other ones. And he's unable to do all of that, so he's kind of like an outcast because he's unable to. And in the first part of the book he tries to cheat his way basically through a duel, but not really cheat, he just tries to use his smarts and his wits. I have seen a couple of things about this book. I've heard rave reviews of it and people really like it, and I will say so far it's very funny. The characters, like especially the main character Kellen, is very funny, and I think they're supposed to be kind of funny. I will, however, also say that I have seen a bit of fat shaming issues with this book, and there is a part in here, let me see if I can find it, where I definitely feel like there is a bit of fat shaming. So it says, let's see here. Okay, so this is in the first 4 pages. It says, he might even become the face of our clan at court one day, which would be unfortunate since his naturally muscular frame was offset by a deep love of yellowberry sweet cakes, and his otherwise handsome features were marred by the skin condition was the inevitable result of the aforementioned cakes. My people have a lot of spells, but none that cure being fat and pockmarked. And the other one, someone says, I think it's sweet the way you're throwing your life away just to defend your fat friend's honor. Now, I can see why reading that would be offensive, and I am not fat, so I don't speak for like the plus size or fat community. You know what I mean? Like, I would consider myself plus size, but I definitely wouldn't consider myself like fat by any means. And I think that there's like a movement with taking the word back, and so I understand that. And in this instant, it really grated on me to read that. But I'm definitely a reader who can look at something and understand kind of the perspective within the story. Like, it's for the character, you know what I mean? Like, the character is very young. He's 15. So making comments like that about another kid, I don't really know where that's going to go in the story. Like, if like he's going to grow and change, and, you know, maybe that's just setting the temperament for the type of character that he is currently. And then we get to look forward to the type of character that he eventually does become. You know, like, it's okay to read things like that in a story, at least for me, and understand that that is to set kind of the tone of the type of person that a character may be, or the type of society, because the internal dialogue of, you know, his friend being like fat and eating the cakes and like having a pockmarked face, that is from our character and that is from his perspective. But the comment that is made about defending your fat friend, that is from another character. So I think that sets up very strongly the type of society that they live in. So I think that it is, for me, understandable that they talked like that, but I can understand why people were offended at that. And it's like, it's hard to know if you're being sensitive. It's hard to know if it is something that is offensive. And I know a few people who actually just stopped reading the series right then and there at page 4 because of that comment. And I'm not going to do that because it didn't offend me. But like I said, I'm not fat, but taking away from it, I think it is just trying to kind of explain the society that they live in. I know this video is going to get a thumbs down because I'm not like up in arms, like upset about it, but like I said, I understand where where people are coming from, but I also understand sort of what the author is doing. And I think I feel that way because I grew up reading Stephen King, and Stephen King's really abrasive with the things that he's like his characters say and do. So I'm kind of like used to understanding that it's sort of to set a tone. Now, I don't like those kinds of things being used as plot devices. And I think there may have been a better way to do it, but I do kind of understand that that's what he was trying to accomplish by saying that. But that is what I'm thinking of the book so far. I'm going to try to read the rest of it at work. It's a little over 300 pages. I'm 50 pages into it already. So I will let you guys know tomorrow what I'm thinking of it. Let me know down below what you think about like the fat comment, like when it comes to writing like that. I'd really like to kind of understand like how other people feel about it. But that is going to be it for this update right now. I need to go back into work. We are really busy because there's a bunch of football games happening right now, but I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Yes. Hello, friends. So it's Tuesday. I'm sorry. I didn't update you guys yesterday. It has been very weird. As you can tell, like from the filming, I'm filming videos right now, but I was like, fuck, I need to upload the vlog. I'm gonna sit down and wrap up the vlog. Basically, Sunday, I updated you guys when I was at work. I was 50 pages into this book, I think. I'm way past that now, but I have thoughts on this. So, Sunday came and went. Yesterday also came and went, and I'm sorry. Also, yesterday bled into this morning. I went to bed, I think at all I know is I got like 2 hours of sleep, and it was staying up that late, I think was probably the best decision I've ever made in a long time. But I am definitely feeling it right now. I need to edit the vlog, so I did want to sit down while I'm still semi-coherent and talk to you guys about what I thought of this book. I'm going to be finishing it today so that I can film my weekly reading wrap-up that's going to go up after this, but I'm going to give you my kind of short thoughts of this. So, last time I checked in, I was on page like 50. I'm now on page 252. I have about 100 pages left. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. When I first started reading this book, I think because I was coming down from the Lycanius trilogy, and like, you can just, like, oh my god. But anyway, much more backstory, characters, development, plot happens in the first like 100 pages of this book, because there's 700 pages and it can go on for fucking ever. going to this book, it was a little weird because the character, what's his name, Kellen? Yeah, Kellen, you know, is getting ready to take his test, and that's basically the first 100 pages of the book, is him just dicking around and going through shit. Like, my biggest pet peeve, or not biggest pet peeve, but character-wise, one of my biggest pet peeves, are the characters that I relate to the least, are like 15-year-old boys. Like, I don't really relate to that. Like, The Black Prison by Brent Weeks, love the magic system, love the adult characters. I absolutely hate Kip. And I think that's sort of what happened in this book as well in the beginning. I was talking to a coworker, my friend Carlos, and I was reading this book at work, and I, you know, got to page like 150 and was like, oh, you know, like, it's okay. And then got to page like 200 and was like, this is the best book I've ever read, because this is literally the best book I've ever read. So this book is not at all what you think it's going to be. It's like kind of westerny. There's another character in here that's sort of westerny. There's also a giant, well, not giant, I don't really know how big it is. I'm assuming maybe the size of like a raccoon, a squirrel cat. And the squirrel cat is my favorite character, and I don't understand what's happening. So the series right now, I don't want to give away spoilers, because where I'm at, and I think the turning point of the book that I ended up really liking, is going to be right when really major spoilers start happening. So I will say this is a slow start. Like, it was, at least for me, it was a slow start. And I was a little bit nervous because Jade loves this series, and Jade and I very, very seldomly agree on books, but Bunny also really loved this, and AJ really loved this, and I was like, okay, all of my friends say that this is great, I need to fucking read it. Now, I will say, if you are sensitive in any kind of way, a lot of people, when I put up that it was my favorite book, were like, oh my god, really? And I had to put a caveat on this because I think that people should be aware, but this is not going to be sensitive to many people. There is, like, the squirrel cat thing, he's kind of a dick, and he calls everybody like a fat piece of shit, and hates humans, and talks about eating their ears and eating their eyes, and I don't know, it's just like, he's like, I don't want to say he's a minor character, he's like a side character, but it's pretty fucking brutal, and it's pretty, like, it does not toe around. Like, it is so my sort of brand of humor. But there's some things that he says that I'm just like, oh my god, like, do you have to say that? But I fucking love this. But I am going to preface it, like I said, if you do read this, be aware that a lot of the characters say some really offensive shit. And I kind of addressed that when I talked about the fat shaming thing in the beginning of the book, and I do believe, even now, that a lot of that is supposed to sort of explain the characters and sort of how they think, and there's definitely growth and change within the main character. You can kind of see the shift in him when that happens, especially in relation to that. But I mean, it's still there, and I don't want people to go into this on my recommendation and be like, oh my god, like, you condone this, and I can realize that shit's offensive and still enjoy it, and I think that's what's happening here, and I'm kind of over apologizing for that. It's just not something that I'm going to continue to do. Like, I will recognize and talk about things with you guys when it's like that, but as far as it goes with me still enjoying something despite it being problematic, like, I'm not going to continue to apologize for that. I like have dialogue with people about things being problematic, but I'm still going to enjoy what I want to enjoy. So just be aware. A lot of people have already pegged this as problematic, but I think the series so far is fucking brilliant. Like I said, I have 100 pages left to read it, and I'm going to do that right now so that I can film my weekly wrap up. But that is going to be it for this vlog. Your girl is tired. I need to just crawl back into bed. I think what I'm going to do is just play games the rest of the day. Just like literally not leave my bed, because I can't think of, well, I can think of a couple of things that might be better than that. But for now, with what I have to work with, I think that's going to be what I do. But I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm sorry it was once again all over the place, but my life is really just all over the place. I'm either at work or sleeping or filming and editing. Like, that's my life. So it might get boring, I don't know. But anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you in Wednesday's video. I think I'm still going to try to upload a video tomorrow, even though the vlog is pretty late. So I hope you can forgive me, and I will see you then.